I love chicken wings, and that's because I grew up in Rochester, New York, which is just outside of Buffalo, and I've eaten them my entire life. And although I'm pretty much a traditionalist, Korean chicken wings have gotten my attention because they're super crisp and they have this really cool, sweet but spicy sauce. And these wings are fairly traditional Korean food, right, Dan?
That's right. Now, Julie, by the end of today, your family in Rochester is going to disown you because you are going to fall completely in love with Korean chicken wings.
All
They're
right.
the best. So buffalo wings, they stay crispy for, what, 2 minutes maybe
Yeah,
tops
not too
with their
long.
sauce? These things are so crispy, you can eat them for breakfast the next day out of the fridge, still crispy.
There's no leftovers in my house. There's no wing
Well,
leftovers.
okay, that's a good point. They may not last that long. So in Korea, the chickens are actually really small, so they use a whole bird that's broken down into pieces.
Oh.
Here in the States, chicken wings are the best approximation. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the batter. Now, unlike southern fried chicken, where it's all about getting a really thick, heavy coating that's crunchy, we're looking for super thin and shattery crisp. So to that end, we're going to use a pretty thin batter for this. We're going to start with a cup of all-purpose flour, and we're going to add 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. We saw recipes that actually inverted this or used all cornstarch. While it gets crispy, you don't get any browning because there's no real protein in cornstarch, but there is in flour. So here we get nice browning. Next up, we're going to add water, and this is a fair amount of water. It's 1.5 cups.
Yeah, that looks like a lot of water.
It does, and it's going to look like a very thin batter. You're going to feel like you did it wrong at first.
Boy, that really is a thin batter. It almost looks like the consistency of heavy cream.
No, it's a very thin one, and that's on purpose. Cool, so that is perfect there. Now let's go on to our wings. We're gonna use 3 pounds. Sometimes you can buy them and they're nice and prepped for you.
I know, I love it when that happens.
It's great, and then you can choose like which ones you want. Like, can you get more of the flats or more of the drumettes? But sometimes you get them like this, and then it's good to know how to break them down. So I'm just gonna split them down the middle. There's a little joint right there that if you hit it, it's super easy. If you don't, it feels like it's gonna be impossible to get through. So just take your time and you can find that is a good way to go. I also like to take off this little tip. You can fry it up. These are actually pretty big ones, so I feel like I would probably eat that, but in general, we want to take them off.
Well, there's no meat in there, but it's just good skin.
Right, yeah. Depends on how far you want to go down that road, right? So right down the middle, I'm getting lucky. I'm hitting the lottery on a lot of these. That goes in there, tip over there. These are good for stock too, if you fry a lot of wings or you have a back left over from something else. Lots of collagen, lots of flavor in there. Okay. So we've got our wings, we've got our batter. Nice to set up a little station as we move through here.
Yeah, look at that.
I've got 2 quarts of oil over here. This is vegetable oil, so it's good for frying. We want it at 350 degrees. That's good. We got a little bit over. That's okay. So what we're going to do is add half of our wings to the batter here. We'll stir them around, get them nice and coated. Okay, so I'm going to do 1 wing at a time. Let it drip a little bit. You don't want too much excess. It just falls off, kind of dirties your oil up. And then we're going to pop it in here. Just give it a little time to set on the outside and then release.
I love that sound when the oil just starts to foam up.
It's the best.
Well, I also like the trick that you're holding it in the oil with tongs for a minute, letting that coating set before you let it go, so that when it falls to the bottom, the coating doesn't fall off.
Exactly, yep. Okay, and the last one of this batch. So you can see these wings are starting to get a little golden.
Oh, yeah.
Crust is definitely set, but they're not done at this point. This is perfect, though. This is the first fry, and we want to get them out. Still not bad, right?
That's pretty crisp.
So I'm gonna leave those aside. I'm gonna bring my oil back up to 350, and I'm gonna get the rest of the wings going. And just do the same again, nice and gentle. So we're gonna hold them in there just a second, let that exterior set. Here's an interesting trivia fact. Did you know that chicken wings are white meat, not dark meat?
They are.
Yeah.
I always thought they were kind of like a combo, like
combo
half and half,
thing? Yeah.
which doesn't make any sense.
Well, yeah, so it's pretty interesting. It's hard to think of them as white meat because they've got so much collagen and skin around them. But we actually did some tests here in the kitchen and found that when you remove everything else and just look at the meat, it's much more like breast meat because it's used in the same way that breast meat is. Really rapid bursts of flight, but they're not using it like their legs to stand on and walk around.
That's right.
So we've got another 7 minutes here, and then we're gonna take them out, let them rest again, and then we'll do our final fry. So we've got our second batch out here, and that needs to rest for at least 5 minutes. The other batch obviously has gone longer, but it's just important that it has at least 5 minutes to sit.
Okay.
So, and you can actually go about 2 hours at room temperature is fine. If they really cool down, you may just need to go a little longer in the oil for that final fry.
Oh, it has gotten soggy.
Right?
It's like the steam from inside the chicken wing really came through the crust and sogged it out a bit.
Exactly. So we got to fix that problem, right? Okay, so I'm going to put them back in. I'm actually going to put all of them in this time.
Oh, okay.
So we found that we could actually skimp on that last fry and do them all together because they're already pretty warm, so they don't drop the oil too much, and we're coming up to 375 degrees instead of 350 here. So an extra 25 degrees to kind of work with.
Ooh, that is a happy looking pot.
It looks good, right?
It does. I love it when the oil is like that, all happy and active.
So we're gonna let this go for another 7 minutes, and we'll see them get really nice and golden brown. And that gives us time to work on our sauce here, and this is a super complex sauce. I love buffalo sauce. I think it's like one of the American mother sauces, right? Very important. But this sauce is really incredible. So it's sweet, it's spicy, it's got everything going on. We're gonna start with a tablespoon of toasted sesame oil. A lot of good flavor there. Then I have a teaspoon each of garlic. This is minced garlic and ginger. So these are aromatics. It really helps if they see some heat with this oil.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're putting them into the sauce raw?
You know what I'm gonna use is this really cool new thing we call a science oven, also known as a microwave. We're gonna go 40 to 60 seconds on this until it's bloomed. All right, that's perfect. So we're looking for it to be really aromatic, but we don't want it to brown at that point. Okay, so now we're gonna add the rest of our ingredients. We've got a 1/4 cup of water, 3 tablespoons of sugar. We have 3 tablespoons of gochujang, which is so important to this dish, right? It's great in bibimbap. It's a fermented red pepper paste. Seek this stuff out because you're gonna use it on everything, right? Mix into mayonnaise, it's the new it sauce. So we've got a tablespoon of soy sauce as well. So I'm just gonna whisk this together.
And that's it.
That's it. Really, really simple.
That is very simple.
Okay, that sauce looks perfect. We've been 7 minutes here. Let's take a look. I think we're gonna be happy.
These look amazing.
Oh yeah, look at those. Beautiful, right? So that's the beauty of the double fried right there. So we'll take these out.
I mean, it really looks like fried chicken. It doesn't just look like wings. It has that golden brown of good fried chicken.
Exactly. We're gonna let these wings sit here for about 2 minutes. And that's so that that hot crust, which is a little flexible still, is gonna set into place. So when we put it in the sauce, that doesn't sog out. Time to put them in the sauce. Now, they're still a little bit hot, so I'm gonna use my tongs.
Oh.
Can you hear that?
Oh. I don't have much self-control left. I'm using it all right now, not to just dive headfirst into that bowl.
So we're just gonna give this a little toss here. It's like tossing rocks in a bowl. Except they're spicy and you wanna eat them.
Oh, you can really hear that.
Isn't that crazy? I'm gonna put them back on the tray here so they're not sitting in that moisture and kind of getting trapped there. Spread them out. Beautiful. 2 minutes and then we can eat.
You're kidding me.
I have to make you wait again.
Oh, I'm gonna make you pay for that.
They'll be crispier for it, promise.
All right.
They're fine. Okay, I can tell you're ready. There's no pretense here. There's no tongs. Just we're just gonna go with our hands.
My manners just left too.
Yeah, there's
this
none.
sauce is getting all over.
It's gonna be messy. That's so good.
Dan.
It's so crispy.
Dan, you have outdone yourself. This is by far one of my favorite all-time new recipes.
Excellent, mine too.
So for killer Korean chicken wings, make a loose batter made of flour, cornstarch, and water. And after coating the wings with batter, double fry them with a 5-minute rest in between for a sturdy, super crisp coating that can withstand the test of time. Finally, toss the wings with a classic sweet and spicy Korean sauce. So there you have it, from our test kitchen to your kitchen, a brand new recipe for Korean fried chicken wings. Thanks for watching America's Test Kitchen. What'd you think?
Well, leave a comment and let us know which recipes you're excited to make, or you can just say hello.
You can find links to today's recipes and reviews in the video description.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
See you later.
I'll see you later.